what if being a solid B2 speaker is actually the problem? You can handle meetings, you can write emails easily, you can follow the presentations and speak to colleagues. But the problems start when it's time to present to your manager, or speak up during a meeting, or challenge an idea, or impress a client. Your mind goes blank, and the worst part, you watch colleagues, sometimes less skilled than you, get more attention, trust, and opportunities simply because they sound more confident in English. That is what I call the B2 trap. If this sounds familiar, you are not alone. I work with many international professionals who say the same version of the same thing. My English is good, but not good enough when it matters most. That sentence matters because the issue is not basic English anymore. You're past that. Instead, the issue is performing in English. Business English under pressure. Can you explain your thinking clearly? Can you speak in a structured way? Can you disagree without sounding nervous or rude? Can you respond when someone more senior than you asks, "What do you think?" And that is really where the move from B2 to C1 really matters. Not memorizing another vocabulary list, but using that vocabulary in a meeting, in a presentation, during a client call, in any moment where your English has to carry and meet your competence in your job. At B2, you can communicate, and that is a real achievement. You can understand the main ideas. You can explain your opinion clearly. You can participate. You can usually get through the workday in English. But here is a problem. B2 is good enough to survive in this context, but not always enough to lead. At B2, you may rely on simple structures. You may use safe words. You may speak in short answers instead of full arguments. You may understand far more than you can produce. You may sound fine in a casual conversation, but less confidence in those important business moments. And that is when B2 becomes a trap. Because it's good enough that people assume your language skills are good, but it's not strong enough to make you sound professional, to sound like a senior. C1 is different. At C1, you don't just communicate, you can command the language. You can explain complex ideas clearly. You can structure your answers better. You can qualify a point, handle an objection, can politely interrupt. You can speak with precision, not survival. That is the business difference. B2 gets you understood, C1 gets you trusted. In a business context, C1 is not about using big fancy words. It's not about sounding like a native speaker or using perfect grammar. C1 means your English is strong enough to carry responsibility. It means you can say phrases like, "Here is the risk I'm seeing. Let me clarify the trade-off. I agree with the direction, but I have concerns about the timeline." On one hand, this gives us speed. On the other hand, it increases the risk. These are common C1 phrases: precise, calm, and professional in a business English context. These sound so much more professional than "I think this is not good." Two speakers can have the same intelligence, but different level of English access. And that's when it starts to hurt their career. So how do you actually make the leap? Here are 5 pillars I teach. The first one is to practice speaking in business mode. Don't practice casual conversation. Casual English is useful, but does not prepare you for business contexts. You need to practice business answers. Pick a topic from your work and set a timer for 1 minute. Then answer in a clear structure. Point, reason, example. Here is an example. My main concern is the timeline. The reason is that the team is already stretched, and we saw the same issue in the last quarter when the delivery was skipped by 2 weeks. So my recommendation is we phase out the rollout. That is higher level business English, not just speaking, but thinking out loud with structure. So try and do this every day for the next 2 weeks and you'll immediately see an improvement. The next one is to build professional collocations. So it's time to stop memorizing random words and start building a library of professional English combination words. These are words that naturally live together in business contexts. Some examples are mitigation risk, drive growth, raise concerns, clarify expectations, take ownership, make progress. These phrases matter because they make your English sound more natural, precise, and professional. C1 isn't knowing 1,000 impressive words. It's more about using the right phrases automatically in the correct context. And by learning collocations, your English will immediately sound more natural. The next one is to train interaction skills. So C1 isn't just about speaking, it's about successfully navigating in the language. Are you able to enter a conversation? Can you keep your tone? Can you disagree? Can you clarify? Can you recover if someone interrupts you? You need phrases like, if I may add something. Before we move on, I want to make a point. Let me finish that thought. These are not just phrases, they are professional tools you can use to help you stay in the conversation. So practice using these phrases out loud until they become natural. Maybe try and include them in Pillar 1, where you practice speaking out loud. Next, in Pillar 4 is learning how to manage nerves and the translation lag. This is a part that many people ignore. You may know English, but under pressure, your brain starts translating. So it checks for grammar, finds the best words, worries about mistakes, and suddenly your whole sentence disappears. That's why you need warm-ups, like shadowing, like reset phrases, breathing, and short, structured answers you can immediately say, because you're training your nervous system as much as your language. C1 isn't about just what you know, it's what you can access under pressure in a wide variety of contexts, just like a native speaker. Pillar 5 is about immersing in real business English. So if you want to hit C1 in business English, you need to expose yourself to real business language. Not textbooks dialogues, but instead try and read business reports, listen to earning calls, watch interviews with people you respect in your field, study how people explain strategy, risk, growth, operations, and then find those phrases and use them. So don't just highlight them, speak them, record them, shadow with them. Try and put them in your own answers. This is how your vocabulary becomes access and automatic. But the most important part here is that it will allow you to use those words and phrases when you need them most. So if this is useful, write this in the comments. B2 to C1 and tell me which pillar is hardest for you. Is it speaking in business mode? Is it using professional vocabulary? Is it nerves, real life immersion, interaction skills? Because that tells you exactly where your next level is stuck. And if you want help identifying the gaps in your own business English, check out the link below to book an audit. So why does this matter for your career now? Because English is not just a language skill anymore. In many careers, especially as a non-native speaker, English is an opportunity skill. It affects whether you can join an international project, whether you can present to senior leaders, or work with higher paying English speaking clients. And yes, most importantly, stronger English skills correlate with higher earning potentials and better job opportunities. But English does not magically make you rich. If your English skills don't show your competence, your career may not reflect that competence. And that's painful because you may be excellent at your job. You may have the ideas, experience, and the good news, this is trainable, and work ethic. But if you can't express that clearly, confidently, and quickly in English, people won't see the value you bring. And that is the real reason why the jump from B2 to C1 matters. Because B2 helps you participate, but C1 helps you lead. You don't need to become a different person, or erase your accent, or memorize more grammar. What you need is a strategic system to speak daily, practice structured business answers, build a library of phrases, and train the skills to manage your anxiety in a real workplace environment. And here's the better thing, something changes. You stop waiting for the perfect sentence to appear. You stop disappearing in meetings or giving short answers when you have more to say. You start entering the conversation with clarity and start sounding closer to the capable person you actually are in your native language. And that's the goal. Not perfect English, but professional authority in the language. So remember, B2 means you can play the game. C1 means you can compete at the next level. And if you are a professional who already speaks English, but you know your English is not carrying your full authority in meetings, presentations, or client calls, this is exactly what I help with. So check out the link below and book a free consultation call where I'll look at your current level, role, and situations where you freeze and give you advice on how to improve. But if you're not ready for that just yet, start working with the 5 pillars from this video. Come back in 2 weeks and tell me how it's changed your English. If you've enjoyed this video, do make sure to smash that like button, comment below, and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.